should adults care about their obligations and responsibilities they've agreed to in open conversation? Seems a little square. Seems a little square. I mean, what, we can't just coast on being laid back, white, and slightly taller than average. Shouldn't I do it? Everyone else does. I don't know. It's like, people put up with it. They'll put up with it forever. I mean, level 1 students don't know the difference. I mean, that is the definition of what a level 1 student is. Someone who does not yet know the difference. I mean, you could put a trash bag full of shredded lettuce in front of a level 1 class, and you'll still end up with a room full of awkward teenagers and software engineers saying, "Yeah, man, it is sad that adults don't know how to play anymore." Max out my credit card for the next 2 years, please. I don't know. It's like, out here, I mean, I'm gonna just say real and authentic, honest things, It's like, Andy, you're doing great. Just do what you do. I mean, Wheeler, relax, right? Ruby, relax. Val, it's Val. Hey, Val. Right? There's Mike. Troy, hi, Troy. There you are. Roasted, totally roasted. Yeah, that's how Andy acts, right? Right? Yeah, it better goddamn well be, because I scrambled to buy a $25 prop. Caftans are always welcome in my household. So. Inside. This is how I dress, like a human adult. Andy once asked me for a show to tie his tie for him, and yet at the same time made me feel like I was the asshole for knowing how to tie a tie. This is why, in my household, I am the one who has the employer-provided health insurance. We're here tonight to honor a figure of rapidly diminishing relevance. In this brief interval before new fatherhood thrusts him forever into the abyss, let us take a moment to honor Andy as we might give a beloved stuffed animal a final hug before shoving it into the attic. It used to be, I'm going to just do this. It used to be that everyone in Austin Improv knew Andy. He had a central role in the community. Most folks took classes from him at one point or another. And I can think of no better indicator of the community's healthy growth than the fact that none of these things are still the case. I've known Andy for a long time. We're actually from the same town, this is true. Sugarland, Texas. Yeah. So named because it was a major hub of refined sugar production before it switched its industrial focus to pale mediocrities with red beards. I became friends with Andy's younger sister, Kara, in high school. Kara, you're here? That's right. Then in college, Andy and I became good friends as well. So ran a trend in Andy's life of seeking younger companions whenever he became embarrassing to his contemporaries. Andy and I were both in Plan 2, a UT honors program dedicated, like all such programs, to furthering the delusion that because you got good grades on essays, you surely have an interesting and important life ahead of you. Andy now teaches improv, and I do whatever the fuck it is that I do. So one day Andy approaches me with the idea of starting an improv troupe, and these were the days of We Could Be Heroes at the Hideout and the well-hung jury. Old days, old-timey days. Improv in Austin got no respect back then as opposed to now. when it gets no respect, but everyone does it anyway because we're all terribly lost souls because of 9/11, probably. So Andy and I, we rounded up too many other people and we started a troupe called
Ed 32.
Yes! I have actually had a few younger improvisers say to me, honest to God, I wouldn't make this premise up. You were in Ed 32? Wow. No wow. We sucked badly. More than we should have sucked. I want to be clear. It's not like just like no. Prestige-wise, being in Ed 32 should rank between Saw Phantom Menace on opening day and member of O.J. Simpson jury. Of the 20 or so young souls that spent time at Ed 32, Andy can be credited with giving a lifelong source of creative passion and community to about 5. Of the other 15, some now hate improv. Most are largely indifferent to it, but in all cases, they never have and never will do it again. After Ed 32 disbanded, Andy rode the waves of Austin's growing improv scene. Like a stowaway on a pirate ship, he realized that if you swallow your pride and volunteer to clean out the shit buckets, they'll keep you around instead of sodomizing you twice and throwing you over. Teaching classes is shit buckets in this example. Incidentally, just as a fun fact, I have never paid for an improv class, and I am much. I mean, that's funny, but it's funny because it's fucking ridiculous. I'm much, much better than most of you will ever be. Enjoy your credit card bills, dummies. I said most. Calm down. So, now Andy, he throughout this time, he kind of really, I can't go into too much detail here because it's already too long, but, Andy successfully positioned himself to be grandfathered into the hideout management team, and here he remains like a tumor to this day, presumably because Roy can't handle confrontation. Andy is a spiritual kind of guy. He's a teaser. He's known for his relaxed style, which has been, it's been described as easygoing, underprepared, somnambulant. Well done. That's a hard word. Comatose, bored, boring, lazy, and technically not alive. He walks a path of peace, though, Andy, in all of his interactions. In moments of conflict, Andy employs a kind of emotional jujitsu, where his attempts to diffuse the situation actually drive others into an incandescent rage. While Andy shrugs like a fucking idiot. Some attribute this to Andy's face, which his own mother described as the most punchable I have ever seen. I'm just saying. Oh, classic roast structure coming. If Gandhi had had Andy's face, the Brits would have nuked Calcutta. Sing song, bing bong. Andy's still invested in experimenting with the possibilities of improv. He directed Live Nude Improv, a show that I refuse to see because of my moral principles. Specifically, my principle about not seeing a show that has been described to me individually by every cast member, and I still don't understand what the fuck it is. But I think it was supposed to be a trenchant comment on the fuckability gap between men and women in our community.
Oh my God!
Now, Andy and his beloved wife, and their parents.
Thank you.
I don't know where the fuck that baby is right now. Hairs right there. Andy finally has a kid to go with that soccer mom haircut. That joke is courtesy of Courtney Hopkins. I will leave it there, though. I don't want to say any more. This young girl will be deeply troubled one way or another. We should be respectful of that. It's easy, incredibly easy, in fact, to stand up here and make fun of Andy, but let's go beyond that cruel and shallow pleasure. Because when we roast Andy, we're roasting a mirror in which our individual failures, and indeed the failures of the community as a whole, are all too apparent. Andy was a smart and promising young man. His parents, I'm sure, had every confidence in a great future lay before him in medicine, the law, academia, philanthropy. Instead, he is living hand to mouth, helping aimless dopes to be more spontaneous. To be fair, though, improv classes do create a context in which soft, balding men are improbably able to hook up with younger women who are way out of their league. Which I suppose does qualify as a kind of philanthropy. And that was not... not a dig at Troy and Ruby. Calling Troy balding would be like calling blank blank. I didn't finish that one. I got 5 fucking shows this week. Honestly, who gives a shit? But if you got, you know, the idea is that he's already bald. We're all failures in this room because we are all in this room participating in this insane ritual. I mean, Jesus Christ, what is this? We made people pay to see it, and then they did pay to see it. What does this have to do with improv anyway? Or the supposed principles of positivity that underlie? Shame on you. You are no better than this man. Andy Crouch may well be the creepy guy in the yoga class. But he is our creepy guy. That's the beginning part. Now this is how this works, folks. I'm going to say something shitty about someone. They're going to come up here. They're going to try their best to make a joke out of the fact that I read books and have